All right, I got everything except that word right before Romeo. What is the word before Romeo?
Everything except that word right before Romeo. What is the word before Romeo? Alpha. 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 Over.
So it's Zebra Alpha Romeo, is that a Roger?
So it's Zebra Alpha Romeo, is that a Roger? Zebra Alpha Romeo.
Yes, sir, that's what I said. Zebra Alpha Romeo. What's the name there?
Alpha Romeo. What's the name there? John, Juliet, Oscar, Hotel, Nancy.
Roger John, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger John, and whereabouts are you located, sir? Franklin, North Carolina, over.
Roger John, North Carolina, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger John, North Carolina, and what radio are you running today, sir? I am running the ICOM 7300, over.
7300, John. Excellent radio. Excellent choice. And if you'd be interested in our setup, first thing to do is be sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. It's called wide TBW on the 7300. And you do have 3 selections, but you want it in that wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger? Okay, is that where I am now?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. It's in, it's in, hang on just a minute. I have a mental problem today, frankly, but it's in the menu there with the wrench and the hammer, you know, the X there, that's settings. Go to settings and you'll find it there.
The X there, that's settings. Go to settings and you'll find it there.
I think it's settings, transmit sideband. I believe that should take you there.
Transmit sideband. I believe that should take you there.
And if you'd like, you could take notes and then do this at your leisure, Roger, if you wanted to do that.
Then do this at your leisure, Roger, if you wanted to do that.
So John is finding his transmit bandwidth. Like I say, it's in settings, transmit, sideband, and that should get you into your TBW, transmit bandwidth. And we want the wide one. It's labeled wide to 100 to 2900.
We want the wide one. It's labeled wide to 100 to 2900. Okay, I got you.
Alrighty, so then move to your compressor processor, and on that 7300 we want it on a 3, just a third of the possibilities of your compressor processor on the 7300, so it's on and at a 3, Roger, Roger.
300, so it's on and at a 3, Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger.
Alrighty, then move to your ALC meter, which you probably have been looking at, but with mic gain in hand, and as you look at your ALC meter, if you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator, and adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, whichever comes first. Roger?
Running 7 or 2/3, whichever comes first. Roger. Roger, roger.
Alrighty, and I think, if you would, why don't you tell me about your radio and what you like best about it? And I've got a pretty good copy on you. I'll be able to tell you what you need to do on EQ. So tell me about your radio there.
What you need to do on EQ. So tell me about your radio there. Oh, I like this radio. It's pretty good. I got good selectivity, and it seems to transfer. Watching everything right now, and ALC and everything, and audio, and it seems to be doing its job. Over.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter tied to my 7300 audio out, and you are looking really good there. It looks like you are running a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation is around 80 to 85%. So you're set up really good there, and fidelity-wise, EQ-wise, and your like I say, your 3 dB dynamic range is just perfect, Roger.
I'd like to say your 3 dB dynamic range is just perfect, Roger. Roger, Roger. Where are you located, over?
We're down around Louisville. Actually, we're on the other side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. We're in New Albany, Indiana. You probably don't know where that is, but it is just across the river from downtown Louisville, Roger.
But it is just across the river from downtown Louisville, Roger. Okay, how about that? There's something else. I have a daughter that lives in Marshall, Indiana.
In whereabouts, Indiana?
In whereabouts, Indiana? Markel, Marshall, Indiana.
Roger, Martin, Indiana. I'm not really sure where that is. I'm not a historian of locations in Indiana, but it's. I think Indiana is great to be in, as opposed to being in. Well, I won't say that. I like where I am. That's the thing. If you like where you are, you're in good shape, Roger.
That's the thing. If you like where you are, you're in good shape, Roger. Affirmative, I agree with you 100%. I like it here in Carolina. It gets cold in the winter, but hot in the summer. I prefer the warm weather, but life doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you, John, the thing is, just where I am, as soon as I get tired of winter, summer comes along. And as soon as I get tired of summer, winter comes along. It's just amazing. I'm in the right place.
Summer, winter comes along. It's just amazing. I'm in the right place. Sounds good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. And my daughter lives in Indiana. She likes it there. She said it's been hotter than normal here lately.
Roger. Well, I like where we are just across from Louisville, Kentucky, because of the geographic area and how 40 meters works as far as, like it's 500-mile jumps or whatever, but I usually do pretty well up and down the East Coast there, not like other folks that might be on the East Coast, and unless they enjoy working DX, they only have really half an antenna to work the U.S. With, Roger, as opposed to they have a lot of EMF power going out over the ocean that may go over to Europe and DX, but if they're not looking for DX, they're pretty much wasting about half their power, as I see it, Roger.
Wasting about half their power, as I see it, Roger. Okay. Well, I don't work DX, so I could care less about it, over.
Yes, sir. And let's see, I'm copying you on my PASDR, so, gosh, I would think I would have been hotter in North Carolina. Come back and tell me about your antenna system just for a minute there, John, and let me check something.
The system just for a minute there, John, and let me check something. Okay. Me, and it's only about 30.
Roger. Yeah, mostly on my PASDRs. I'm copying you, and I was copying you at about 4 to 5 dB above my noise level. I can't give you a really S meter reading because I'm really running a light front end on my receiver. Just to keep from sucking up, so I'm running out of compression, and you need a little bit of compression to be able to see your S meter. So there you go. But I can give you a reading of your signal peak above my noise, and that was about 4 decibels as far as the PASDR receiver is concerned. Roger.
As far as the PASDR receiver is concerned, Roger. Roger. I guess that's about as well as can be expected, over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you know, I guess you have the option of running north or south, and it seems like you might be just a little bit hotter running north than what I've got on the south leg. Roger.
Than what I've got on the south leg. Roger. Roger, Roger. Well, that's the way it goes. You know, I did the best I could, putting it up. I'm 74 years old, so I had a hard time.
Oh, gosh, John, you're a child. You are a child. I won't tell you what it is here, but, you know, I'm a little ahead of you, Roger.
It's here, but, you know, I'm a little ahead of you, Roger. Roger, Roger. I know what that's like. Seems like that's all that's left, us old-timers, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Well, it's like having all this information and nowhere to put it. You know, and I think the thing is that we need to try to get rid of the information we have to folks, newbies, and you know, folks just coming along that can use all of the help about the hobby that they can get. You know, the more information they have about the hobby, the better decisions they make. You know, and so we're looking for that next generation of you know, amateur radio operator to be standing 20 feet tall, 20 feet taller than where we are, because radio is a kind of a thing where people, particularly like experimenters or whatever, you know, they used to say that they stand on the shoulders of the engineers and the folks that came before them, taking all of the information that those folks gathered and concisely putting it together to maybe do something totally different, you know, with that information that they gleaned as newbies coming into ham radio. Roger.
That they gleaned as newbies coming into ham radio. Roger. Roger, Roger. I agree with you 100% on that one. And there are many different modes you can run on nowadays, and that would be, you know, whatever they like, you know.
Oh, Roger, Roger, the frequency is the name of the game, I found, you know. I spent the first 3 years as an operator doing UHF, VHF, building directional antennas, and little ones and big ones, and then super big ones. And I always had a chart direction. I like to work northeast. Northeast is my favorite location to shoot for, and I would at one time I had 19 antennas around the shack, and most of those were UHF, VHF on 20-foot poles, and so I could bring maybe 5 different antennas to shoot the same location. And then again, I've got my rotary selector. I would just roll through and find out the hottest one, and use that. It's nice. The thing is, amateur radio is opportunity, and the more opportunities you have, the better the signal that you're going to eventually choose, Roger.
Better the signal that you're going to eventually choose, Roger. Roger, Roger, I know what you mean there. And I did a lot of shipboard electronics, aviation electronics, and a little bit of everything, and retired from civil service, and the whole bit. So I know what it's all about.
Roger, John. Well, you're sounding really good, sir. I would suggest maybe consider some of those options that we talked about earlier, that I hope that you managed to make notes about, and then pursue them with your book. Each little thing really makes a difference. Just like that, I think you were already in that 100 to 2900 transmit band width. Most people are, but there are some, and I've seen it myself, that the radio comes back from the repair shop or something like that, and it's in some mode that's less than 100 to 2900. It's like 200 to 2500 or 300 to 2500, and unless somebody knows how to check that, they will be restrictive on their transmitter for the rest of the time, because that transmit bandwidth determines the capability of your transmitter, and if you have that closed down, the transmitter can't produce those higher frequencies. So that's why we suggest that 100 to 2900, and that gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger. Roger, I know what you mean there.
Well, all right, John, let me say 73 to you, sir. It's been a pleasure. I hope you can join us maybe next Friday. We are recording also, so if you want to hear your recording, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. Logbook, KC9VKV logbook on a YouTube search will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. Roger, I'll do that, and I'll pass along my 73 WB4ZAR. 73s, and you have a nice day. Over.
Roger, John, 73, sir, and you have a good day yourself, and hopefully a great weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.